Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Prison Break. This is the 6th episode of the first season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. So we've recently seen that Michael has potentially been transferred away from the prison. Now last episode he was trying to work his magic and figure out a way to obviously stop it. Do you know what I mean? Postpone it. Basically he was talking to somebody in the prison and basically said he could file like a motion which will then have to be, you know, reviewed, and it could take about 30 days, and this is enough time for Michael to obviously carry on working with his escape and try and get him and Lincoln and Co. You know, Brute say he's part of it now. Do you know what I mean? He needs him for the plane to escape, to get out. And the interesting thing is as well, the person that they believe DB Cooper or whatever it is, you know, they need his money to escape, because once they're out of prison and once they've got the plane and flown away, then they need to get some sort of finances together. So he's not actually on board yet. Sucre is on board, and obviously with the help of him singing and Michael kicking through the wall, he's actually managed to venture out last episode, you know, through the vents and figure out how to get to the roof. Now the interesting thing is, while Michael was up there, he was doing a cell count, and Michael knew what was about to happen. Sucre didn't, and you could tell that he was panicking. Basically when Bellic come to do the count, Michael wasn't there. They called on the microphone system, prisoner escape. Alarms going off, riots, mate, everything, panic mode stations, dogs are coming, police cars coming down the roads. And actually, you know, I was trying to figure out what's Michael's plan. Like, what is he doing? How's he, you know, benefiting him this with everybody going to potentially have all eyes on him basically going forward? And what it was is he was scoping out these 3 avenues, these 3 directions that you can arrive at the prison, different streets, and you know, he had his little watch out, he was timing it, and basically he's seen that from 2 of the 3 streets the cop cars come down, and one of them is empty, and that is the path, that is the location, that is the way that they are going to escape. So figured out the timings, figured out how long the response times is, and obviously figure out which is the safest route to escape. And that is what he was doing. And then basically what he'd done is he snuck back down, went through the Pope's office and pretended that he was still in there, fixing his little Taj Mahal that he's actually building for his wife. And when he come in looking for him, Michael like popped his head out the desk and said, sorry, I mustn't have heard you the first time. Luckily he got away with it, but we did see there was a vent on the wall that was kind of moved, which means obviously that's the location that Michael's come through, and maybe down the line Pope's going to actually notice that and you know, go after him, because obviously as well the Secret Service might go after Pope now, because they were trying to blackmail him to fast track or push forward Michael's obviously transfer, but he ended up, you know, getting his morals up. You know, he told his wife everything about his secret kid and everything about, you know, Toledo, I think that's what it was called, and they didn't listen to the Secret Service. As he was about to be transferred, you know, he stopped it and sent him back to his cell, and you could see them fuming on the outside, kind of watching in. So that's going to be an interesting one to keep your eye on as well. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Just a few more rides, then you have to wrap it up.
Your favor.
Been out of the lake for years, you know that.
I will cuff you. I will drag you out of here in front of everyone.
What do you need?
Can't wait to the episode where these get killed.
Just wanted to let you know that Nick Saverin left 6 messages for you.
Look, if he comes by the office tomorrow, tell him I'm out there, okay?
Okay. Good night, Veronica.
Thanks, Wendy.
What's that in relation to that? The church or something? What could you put in there to make it look like Michael's in there? Oh, he's putting his pillars in. It didn't even look like a person, that. 2 pillows. Guys, me waiting.
Do you want to tell me why I haven't returned any of my phone calls? Do you really think I had something to do with that missing tape?
No, look, I'm just gonna go grab a cup of coffee and get back to work, okay? I don't have time for this right now.
Listen, what do you avoid?
Don't touch me, all right? Lucas, do you mind walking me back inside?
What do you think? Do you reckon he's involved? Because if he is involved, why would he leave it all open to show that he's there to raise the suspicion?
Hey, Schofield.
Yo, this is tough. What's Sucre gonna do here? Oh, he's back.
Sleep, boss.
I don't understand why they unnecessarily wake people up in the dark.
What do you mean you can't get through the wall?
I know how to do it. I just don't have the time to do it.
What?
Lockdown or something.
Never mind, it's a bad idea.
Worse than the idea of losing Maricruz.
A lockdown.
I knew it was a lot down.
Pop lockdown for a day, you'll have all the time you need. Can you get to the prison AC unit? You want a lockdown? You gotta get the inmates riled up. Turn up the heat.
Oh, imagine that. Imagine being in a place with no air conditioning. You know what's interesting, right, with air conditioning is, you know, the Americans, every time it gets to summertime, you know, you see it all over TikTok and social media, they always make polls saying, people in the UK say they're dying at 30 degrees. It's like, mate, do you understand how hot 30 degrees is in a country that has no air conditioning and no building that's there for airflow? Do you know what I mean? Like, every single building in the UK is made out of brick and insulation to retain the heat, because 90% of the time, it's fucking freezing, mate. It really is. And it's like, every building that you go to in the US, you walk in, you're like, oh, yes, I love being inside, because it's boiling. Every building in the UK, like right now, you can't see, right, I've got about 4 big massive fans there, you know, because one doesn't do it. I could be laying in bed there, can't even feel it. Literally, I can't when it's that hot. And it's literally like being in a place like this, especially in a country that's hot. Usually they have air conditioning, they're acclimatized to it, but if you take it away, the heat that they feel is what we feel on a daily in the summer. And literally, you're dying, you're rattled up, you're stressed out, you're going to cause chaos, especially in a heat box like that.
Heavy hitters want this done, so that means I want it done.
For you, Diamond, it's not a problem. Burroughs is as good as dead.
You never told me Lincoln Burroughs is your brother.
Never came up.
Right. I'm curious if that isn't because of my father. He may not be the one pulling the switch, but you and I both know he has the power to grant clemency, and he won't. Just so you know, I don't agree with his politics.
Why would she tell him that? As if, like, why does she care about his opinion?
I have to give Lincoln a weekly checkup now. If you want, I could schedule those visits to end right before you come in for your shots.
Thank you.
$100.
$100, mate. Imagine that in a prison. Where are you getting that money from?
Theodore Bagwell, transfer back from the infirmary.
We got you a little get well gift.
Oh, is it a new prisoner?
The right size. You probably heard stories about me. I say we go for a walk, huh?
What would you do, man? Honestly, I don't even know. I think I'd have to just stand up and get battered, you know what I mean? So I got moved out.
Don't talk to him.
Veronica,
We don't know anything about this guy.
he found somebody that could help us out.
I've been going over the incident report from the night of the murder, and somebody made an anonymous phone call to the local cops claiming to see Lincoln running away from the garage. It took some doing, but a PI friend of mine was able to backtrack the phone call to the police department. Because the phone call came from Washington, D.C.
What state are these in, actually? I don't even know.
It's getting so hot in here.
Did I say you could talk, Cherry? You'll know when I want you to open your mouth.
Why don't you transfer us all someplace cooler? Like Africa.
Hey, Bellick, this is Mac in cell block. We got some cons popping off.
Everything's under control, but you should go back to the infirmary building.
You and I both know that it's illegal to deny a prisoner medical care, and you could lose your job over it. Now, I'm just looking out for your best interests.
Go right on in.
A minute, he can't even say anything to that, can you? You literally can't say anything to it.
You want to cool off?
On the lookout, man. That's it.
I need you down there. It's a two-man job.
Only hang a sheet when you and your Sully want to get friendly, you know?
You want to protect your prison rep? Or you want to get out of here?
See, the thing is there, yeah, you know, he said go back to your cell, it's locked down, and a couple of them did, but, you know, I'm glad that the rest of these didn't, because otherwise, you know, it wouldn't have made sense, because they could have gone back to the cells prior to making their stance and not had the lockdown. Do you know what I mean? They got the lockdown because he was trying to make a stand, and then as soon as the stand didn't work, technically, do you know what I mean? They all just like, oh, we'll go back to how we was a minute ago. It don't make sense. I'm glad that they're all standing out of there. The thing is as well, though, is because they're all kind of out of their cells, and obviously Michael and Sucre have gone through, obviously, the wall to go and help do whatever they need to do, surely more officers are going to come in to try and force everybody back in. Surely they're not just going to leave them all out there in the open, just roaming and doing whatever they want. And when they do come in to throw everybody into the cell, surely they're then going to go around and do a count. So, like, Michael and Sucre need to kind of hurry up, if that makes sense, because when they do come, they won't be there. And another interesting thing is, how can you prove that the call come from Washington? Is it not illegal to track calls and the locations and where they come from? Or is that okay? It's just illegal to hack into somebody's phone and get the information out of it? Because we've seen it in the UK before many times. People have hacked into phones and leaked personal data and stuff like that, especially in the royal family in different cases. That is hardcore illegal. But like, finding out where a location of a text or a phone call was traced from, maybe that's okay, because you see it as well in films and TV shows where like try and keep them on the phone for more than 30 seconds so that you can get the location. You know what I mean? So that one, that's a pretty good find from that guy. Oh, they're writing now. They actually are writing.
When you call a piece of white trash who couldn't pass the cops exam and now makes less than a mailman, a CO.
I don't expect much from the inbred child of a retard.
I read your psych records about how your daddy raped his mongoloid sister, and then 9 months later, little Teddy pops out.
You wouldn't even acknowledge it if you was Teabag, would you? You'd just say you're chatting shit.
Right? Absolutely. We got an area code, and my contact is going to track that number to someplace more specific, a building, a neighborhood, a block.
To be fair, that fence should fall in the end if all of them are pulling on it.
Come on.
First thing I'd do is smash all the machines up me if I got inside. That's what you would do. You would break all the machines.
This is Bellic. Our wing has been breached. I want A wing evacuated and shut down. All access to B wing cut off now.
Inmates in cell block are compromised. Lock down and breach A wing through the guard station. A wing is shutting down. Who is popping off up in G-Pop?
The thing is, their cell's not anything special. Do you know what I mean? Everybody's is open, so somebody shouldn't be going in.
The main drainage pipe to the prison's old sewer system. And if we can get to the infirmary, then we can get out of here.
Sorry about cutting you short. Bob, how many times have I told you not to apologize? It makes you look weak.
Yeah, I like how Lincoln's friends with them. But Lincoln's an alright guy. He's not actually a criminal. Well, I don't think.
Take the cuffs off.
Yeah. Get that. Get through that door, he's gonna say.
Lesson 1. Bargaining position.
Oh, he's stuck. That was a good transition, that. And, you know, I've always wanted to see Lincoln actually show and stand his ground. You know what I mean? He does look like a big henchman. I'm surprised that the doctors and that are not scared, but do you reckon they put it in trust that the inmates will make them be okay? This guy might get beaten up, though. There we go, straight away. He turned his back.
What's up, Doc?
See, that's interesting there, because I just literally raised the question just right then that it's interesting that the doctor just roams around all the patients, none of them are cuffed, they can literally do whatever they want to her, but do you reckon that she puts a trust in them that they won't do anything to her because she's there to help them, technically? Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, when you see in war films that two countries are going at, you know, at each other in war, but then you have the medics, and it's like, usually the medics don't actually get killed, so if they get found or they get seen, they leave them because they know that they're there to help the wounded. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes they actually help the opposition people as well. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's a natural thing. It's like if you're a doctor in real life or something and you're walking down the road and you see a crash or an accident, you know what I mean? Your instinct is to go over and help because that's just your natural thing. And maybe, again, do you know what I mean? This guy's come over and said, hello, doc, and stuff. He might say, give me some tablets or give me this medication. He might want to get high and stuff like that. But I don't physically think that he'll actually do something to hurt her. Do you know what I mean? Because like I said, usually, why would you hurt? So, do you know what I mean? There's certain situations, guards, okay, I get, they hate them. You know, they're in a prison, they lock them up. You might get some good, you might get some bad. But overall, if you're getting a bad experience all of the time, you're going to generally apply your opinion to all of them, the vast. But a doctor, somebody who consistently helps you in the pain and the suffering and times of need, like, I don't know why you would actually hurt them. She's done nothing wrong. Just said all of this and now he's strangling her. Literally what I just said has gone right out the window. All of them apparently want to beat her up. Go on, Lincoln. Do you know who that cop actually reminds me of? The guy from The Walking Dead?
Bill's got some crazy power, but I don't think shining him on this wall is gonna bring it down.
Go for the eyes, maybe. Each eye.
All clear in sick bay. Over.
Roger that.
I reckon they're gonna go through both of the
Tip
eyes.
of each horn. The eyes. The end of the nose. The bottom of the fangs. End of the braids. Makes a kind of X. Let's get to it.
That's the governor.
Where's my daughter?
Not to worry, sir. She's fine. It's a completely different part of the facility. It's totally locked off from the disturbance.
Disturbance? That's what you call a riot nowadays?
It's Kevin McAllister's dad.
Sir, it's impossible from anyone from A-Wing to get into sickbay.
Them windows are pretty good though. They're doing a job.
Once Bob and I are done getting acquainted, everyone else will get their turn.
Interesting. It's definitely the guy from The Walking Dead. Wow, of course they're going into their cell. Of everybody to find that, of course it had to be T-Dog, or whatever he's called, T-Bag. Now, he's got a choice to make here, hasn't he? He's either got go to the door and shout, escape, escape, yo, they're breaking out, let's go, go, we've got a chance to go, or he can put it back, go to them at a separate time and say, look mate, I know what you're doing and I'm either going to expose you or I'm coming with you. End of the day, that's the two options. It's clear as day, is that in it? It's night, it's day. It's clear, cut. I come, or you get caught. That's literally it. They can't hide the fact they've kicked through it. They can't say no, and then T-Bag goes and tells the guard, and then they can run over, open it up, and somehow the hole's not there anymore. It's there. It'll always be there, and they've got a choice to make. He can hold this information and use it to his advantage by getting in the escape plan, or he can expose it now and try to escape now. Do you know what I mean? So that's his choice. It's either use information later to try and get out at a later date, or try and use it now to escape. It's a tough one, but I feel like if you're smart enough, you would hold it, because you know that chaos is happening right now. You would play it and use it to your advantage down the line. Oh, he's come. He was going to say it. I think they've got to kill that guard now. Guy's willing to go through all that and cut all his arms to kill a doctor that was helping him. What she stabbed him with? What she stabbed him with? They're all going to be sat there, yeah.
Yeah, we have a problem.
Looks like your luck didn't work out too good, huh?
Daughter, please.
It's ruthless, isn't it?
As long as they know we're keeping him alive.
But he's a guard. Bob here knows about our secret. He knows about our escape.
Our escape. Yo, he's a good character, him.
Our concern now, isn't it?
Where's Schofield?
Haven't seen him since things jumped off.
I gotta find him.
You looking for Schofield?
Yeah, Turk.
Come on.
Every con in here is gonna know about your little escape. For one drip of my blood hits the floor, either I'm through that hole with you, or I'm gonna sing like Johnny Cash.
Hey, yo, check it. Stroker's about to get the dock.
Can they not make it up there themselves? No, what? It's blocked off, innit?
Zucre, I need you to finish what we started.
What's going on, man? Where are you going?
Sick bay.
Hey, there's no way into B-Wing. We're all locked out.
I'm not. No one touches the CO.
How's Michael getting to that side of the building in time? She looks scared. Look at her eyes, innit? And to be continued. Tell you what, though, this has been the best episode of the season so far, in my personal opinion. I've actually really enjoyed it. I feel like this was actiony throughout the whole thing. You know what I mean? It started good pace, ended good pace. To be continued as well. Do you know what, right? I do like the to be continued ones, because that means that usually the one after it is another good episode, just like this. I mean, mid-season finale or something. How many episodes are in one season? I'm not too sure. You know what I mean? Usually you get these around that time. I thought it was good anyway. You know, as I predicted, shocking predictions from me. You know, I was saying, why would somebody just randomly go into Michael's cell? You know what I mean? Everybody's cell doors are open. All the chaos is going on. Why would somebody selectively choose that one? And if you look here, you know what I mean? T-Bag's fighting this rookie police officer. He's beating him up. He's threw him into the cell. out of all the cells it could have been, and obviously he's found it, and now he's obviously trying to infiltrate their plan. He wants to be part of the team now, or he's going to scream from the hills, you know what I mean? And again, another crap prediction from me. I was saying I don't think that he's actually going to go around and shout out they're escaping. I'm going to think that he's going to use it to his advantage later down the line and say, I want to be part of it as well. Say, you know what I mean, if you don't get me, then I'm going to tell Bellic, you know what I mean, that you're escaping, and then you're going to be sent down. Going to blackmail his way into it. But nope, straight away he was going to turn around and he was going to scream. Obviously he ended up worming his way into it, or potentially just like I expected, but I was going to say that he wasn't going to tell people, and obviously I was wrong, because he definitely was. And then again, let's top it off with the 3 terrible predictions in this episode. I was saying, do you reckon that the Doctor will be okay, because she's a person that actually treats all of these people in need, she helps them, she's got nothing to do with why they're in prison, she's not the person that's treating them badly, or, you know, you got a couple of COs that might be really good, a couple are really bad, and obviously, like, if the bad ones, you hate them that much, you're going to generalize everybody that you hate them and attack them like they have with that guard. But with her, seeing that she's a nice person and she's there to help them, why would you attack them? Terrible prediction again. As soon as I said that and press play, the guy's in there strangling her, you know what I mean? They're in there now, they're trying to smash through that glass, they're trying to get her and beat her up. I don't know what they're trying to do. They could be trying to do something even worse than that, you know what I mean? Because you never know the crazy people that you're surrounded with, and we don't know who's in that place. They could be someone from Psych, you know what I mean? We don't know why people are actually locked up. Still don't technically know why most of these people are actually in here. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would like to get the background stories of all of these and a couple of flashbacks on why people are sentenced inside. I'm sure we're going to get them, and that'll be interesting. But in my personal opinion, this was probably the best episode so far. And as it's going to be continued, I'm excited to see what we have in the next one. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you'd like to watch the full episode, they are available in the link in the description. Just click on it, put the passwords in, and enjoy. But today's episode, we've obviously seen that another person is now getting added to the list. I actually said, I think last episode or the one before, I feel like the people that are there now escaping, so you got Sucre and Michael right now, you've obviously got Lincoln. I feel like well, Abruzzi as well, so there's 4, but I felt like the person that was dealing maybe the medicine towards Michael might get in on it. I feel like Teabag is going to be obviously in on it, who looks like it is today, and I feel like the next person, the man with the cat, I had to forget his name, they call him DB Cooper, but he's not been in it much for me to establish his character, but like I feel like he's going to be involved as well, because he's in prison for life. He seems like he's got 1.5 mil on the outside, or they might try and use him to try and manipulate him to get his money when they're on the outside, to find the location, you know what I mean, to get it. That'll be interesting. I don't know, but I hope his cat's all right, you know what I mean? Without this chaos or all this is going on, you know, the cat's ran away. Now Lincoln looks like he's in a bad situation. He's already tried to stand his ground, which is pretty decent. I wanted to see him have a fight with a few people. It was good action. I think we need more of this. This is a prison show, you know what I mean? I actually say quite a lot of the times in a lot of the shows that we watch that I don't feel like there's enough action, and like I believe that Cobra Kai is a great example of it. We've posted all the seasons on the channel. The next one's going to be coming as well, the final season. I actually really love that show. I'm not saying negative about it at all. But what I usually feel about that show is that, considering it's a fighting show and a karate show, we usually build all of the action to like the final 3 episodes, and you usually get like overall out of a season, like if it was a 10 episode season, you would get 7 episodes that you would give like a 7 out of 10, and then you would give 3 episodes like a 10 out of 10, and those 3 episodes would be all the fighting, all the action, all the chaos. And I personally would rather take the action out the 10 out of 10 episodes, split it between the 7 out of 10 episodes, and have 10 episodes of 9 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? And I believe that this is a prison show. It should have escape plans, clearly, because obviously it's called Prison Break, but it should also have high action, fighting, drama, chaos, you know what I mean, deaths, you know, other potential escapes, not just Michael. Like, there should be just be other people trying to escape in the chaos and maybe learn from other people's failures, you know what I'm saying? Like, there should always be high action. I feel like today's episode is the one where we got it the most. Yeah, we had Michael last episode trying to scope out, obviously, which way is the best street to go down. They're going down Fitz. But, like, apart from that, there's not been too much chaos. And I feel like today we've had the good influx of it. And I want it to continue into the next one. Lincoln's had a fight. Obviously, he stood his ground a little bit, but he's been beaten up. Now, somebody, boom, the Secret Service have actually called into, you know, into the prison, got somebody to take Burroughs out. Basically, you know, he said, look, if you want to find Schofield, is this way I can take you to your brother. Took him down like an alley or whatnot, and I'm expecting that a big scrap's going to take place. Maybe Lincoln actually does kill somebody this time, because obviously he's trying to defend his life. That guy, whoever takes him down that path, it's only one man right now, but if he actually wanted to take Lincoln out, he should have multiple people. You know what I mean? There should be a few of them there as backup. You've seen it overrun. He was there, he was standing his ground before, but it's like 4 of them, of obviously Teabag's mates or whatever's. Even though he beat a couple up, he couldn't get through the masses. You know, volume beats, you know, ability pretty much. You know what I mean? Could have the world's strongest fighter here, but if you got 5 people punching him, more than likely the 5 people who are weaker are going to take him out, because like he was saying, you've got a hyena and a bunch of a cheetah and a hyena jumping on or something like that. You know what I mean? When the pack follows on one single thing, it's hard to get off it. So we're going to see next episode as well. New information come out to him that a call was made from Washington saying that he was running from the scene of the crime. We know that's lies now. I wonder if you could actually present that to the court to say, look, mate, do you know what I'm saying? We found this, this, and this. This girl testified this. She's missing. You've just found a dead body. We found this information. You were saying that he's running away from a scene, but technically it was made in another state. So how could they see it? Like, I know that we don't have factual information right now, but we're finding sus information. And I believe that is potentially, you know, innocent. And we're just asking for an extension, not a postponement, not nothing. Just an extension to give us time to look more into this information. And I think that's a reasonable, you know, suggestion and offer. Because I was saying it last episode, if there's any little bit of doubt that that decision is not proper, that is not correct, then somebody's life shouldn't be killed. It should be factual. Like, you sentencing someone to the death penalty, it should be stonewall factual. No ifs, no buts, no maybes, no sus things here and there. Everything should be ironed out perfectly. And like that guy was saying, usually it takes 10 years to go through all of this stuff. His was streamlined for free, which he doesn't really thinks that's suspicious, because it was obviously the vice president's stuff. But like I said, it should be all hardcore nailed on factual. And right now, there's too much up in the air. What is, maybe, is that right? Is this right? What's she saying? What's he saying? That needs to be ironed out before his death can actually go ahead. So, I like this episode. It was really good. The best one so far for me. Can't wait for the next one. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash a like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.